SOWORE calls for protest against coronavirus lockdown. The former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress (ACC) and publisher of Sahara Reporters, Omoyele Sowore, has again called for another protest. He said, "The protest is for hungry Nigerians to express their displeasure and hunger amidst the coronavirus lockdown, and it is scheduled to take place at protesters' respective homes from Saturday, April 25th to Saturday, May 2nd, 2020. The protest is tagged PPP, Pots Pans Protest against Buhari. Making the announcement via Twitter on Thursday, he said, "Revolution now. Pots are empty, plates are empty, and the stomach is very empty. Bang your pots at home. Don't let hunger kill you at home because of their greed, corruption, and incompetence." Mr. Sowore's call for protest has, however, generated several reactions on Twitter. The reactions are as follows. Well, my people, that's the news reaching us. Mr. Omoyele Sowore, a former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC, has also the publisher of the Sahara Reporters. We all know Sowore. It's our homegrown man, who contested for the presidential seat in the last election that we just had. Sowore again has come out to say, we are going out. We need to come out for a protest, and the protest is tagged PPP, which is Pots Pan Protest against Mr. Buhari. This man, he's always coming out for Mr. Buhari because it's not just him coming out for Mr. Buhari, but obviously he speaks against bad governance. We've had a lockdown, over 2 weeks, 2 weeks now, another lockdown for 2 weeks. And the major cities in Nigeria, Lagos, Ogun, FCT, Abuja, has been locked down, and other cities as well are on lockdown. Several governors coming out to say, we're going on a lockdown. River State, I know there's a lockdown there. Delta State as well. All the states are beginning to pick up with the lockdown action. But again, one thing with this lockdown, we need to ask ourselves, if we look at the UK, if we look at the United Kingdom, when they call for a lockdown, it is a total lockdown of the whole country. If you look at the US, the same thing. But Nigeria's lockdown is a little bit different from all the lockdowns we've been hearing or we've been seeing. Our lockdown is just the major cities in the country that is locked down. Some of the other the major states in Nigeria has been locked down, but some of the other states are still functional. So again, it looks like everything is just in a whole chaos, Yes, it is true that the coronavirus pandemic is real, It's ravaging the whole world. It has engulfed the whole world. But yes, how is it? We need to look at the numbers, even in Nigeria, and know and see the necessary measures, mostly Afrocentric measures, to curb or to contain the virus, But we haven't really seen much of that. We know that the President Muhammadu Buhari has inaugurated a PTF, which is the Presidential Task Force for COVID-19. But still, we haven't seen anything yet that this Presidential Task Force is doing. We don't know what strategy they are using to combat to contain the virus. That is why, and they have locked down the whole country. Look at the palliatives that they are giving. Palliatives doesn't even get to the ordinary man. The other day in Lagos City, they were sharing just one packet of Indomie and I think Maggi cubes. And they come out in the news and say, well, we've given how many million, how many billion to this state or that state. At the end of the day, it doesn't reach even the ordinary man. It goes to, because they want to change, it goes to the local government council. From there, the council members, the councillors and all that. It doesn't get to the ordinary man, And secondly, we know all the billionaires in Nigeria, Otedola, Dangote, First Bank, Access Bank, this and that. All of them, they've been donating billions. Instead of them donating to the ordinary man, giving it to their banks so that they can channel it directly to the citizens or to the public, they donate it to the federal government, which is, again, enriching the federal government, but not getting to Nigerians, you see. And also, the President Muhammadu Buhari has declared a lockdown, but nothing has been done. We can see the sufferings of Nigerians is unbelievable. You know, we've been seeing so many videos and things. We've been seeing the rate of armed robbery heightened in the country because of this lockdown. Why is it so? When you make arrangements for a lockdown, when you decide to lock down a country or a state, you should make arrangement for the ordinary masses. You should make arrangement for the people to be able, whilst they are home, they will be able to have food to eat, and they will be able to live comfortably whilst the country is in a lockdown. We know it's a good thing. It's a good reaction from the presidency trying to contain the virus so that it won't spread. It won't go that bad in Nigeria or holistically in Africa. But yes, we understand that. But first, you have to put the citizens in first position, in first place, in the sense that before we call for a lockdown or anything, we need to make sure that these citizens have food to eat. You know, the palliatives, you need to make sure that these things will get to Nigerians, we get to everyone. Because if we look at other countries in the world, they release monies into their system, into the pocket of ordinary citizens so that they can stay comfortably whilst they are locked down at home. We haven't talked about landlords and people renting houses, and they're bugging them for rents and so many other things, which is not supposed to be at this point in time. Because if people are locked down at home, they can't do anything, they can't go out there, how are they going to get money? So the whole country is in a lockdown, the whole country is in a pause, if you permit me. The whole country is in a pause at the moment. So everything in Nigeria right now is just in a chaos. You know, the lockdown has brought too much poverty to the lives and citizens of Nigerians. You know, the government come out always in the media to say, oh, they've done this, they've done that, but people are suffering in Nigeria. We can see the suffering every now and again, you know. And SOWORE has come out to say, you know what, we cannot stay indoors and die of hunger. So we want to start up a protest. And the protest, like he says in his Twitter handle, he said pots are empty, plates are empty, and stomach is very empty. Bang your pots at home. Don't let hunger kill you at home because of their greed, corruption, and incompetence. Now let's look at this word, their greed. Obviously, we know that the government is a greedy government, the government of the government for the government, you know. And also corruption. You know, when we had President Muhammadu Buhari step into the presidency, we thought that the change that we clamored for, we're going to get it. But obviously, it's not what we are getting at the minute, you know. Now, we're looking at the incompetencies of the government. You can see quite straight and clear writings on the wall that the government is really, really incompetent. You see, they are incompetent because it looks like they don't sit down to actually look at the pains of ordinary Nigerians. They don't consider Nigerians when they want to do anything, when they take their decisions. You just see they just come out and say, you know what, the country's in a lockdown, we are giving palliatives. And the other day, let's come to this. You can see the level of incompetency of the government. The other day, the government came out to say, you know what, there are some states that are poorer than other states. And they said that they were going to give some sort of cash transfer to certain states, and they neglected some other states. How is it on earth that you tell me that Castina, it's a very poor state? You say Bauchi is a very poor state. How is it that Delta is not a poor state? Because we need to just oppose them. We need to look at them. We need to put them side by side and see which states are actually poor. That's to tell you the level of nepotism and tribalism in the government. You see? So how can in a lockdown you give palliative, you give cash transfer, and some states of the country do not benefit from it? You see, so we can actually say here that Omoyele SOWORE is right to say, you know what, we need to protest. We need to come out, and we just letting Nigerians know that the protest is PPP, pots, pan, and pots, pan protest, and it's 12 noon daily. So from your house, you get your pots, pan, and you start hitting it to say, we are hungry, we need measures to be taken for us, for our stomach to be filled and our pots to be filled with food. So Nigerians, that's the news reaching us. Omoyele SOWORE has come out to say on the 25th we are starting up a protest from 12 noon, and it's pot pan protest. Again, my people, if you haven't subscribed to us, please do press the subscription button and also the notification bell, just for you to get all our latest news as soon as they come to us. Thank you very much, my people. Please do subscribe to us and click the notification bell. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you. Bye-bye.